Good morning, Colonel Bai. It's Wednesday, June 9th.
I'm Zoe.
And I'm Letitia, and here are your morning announcements.
The 2021-2022 Robotics Club Interest Meeting is happening Thursday, June 10th at 3:30 p.m. Please email Mr. Hudson for the Google Meet link at benjamin.hudson@ocdsb.ca if you are interested in competing in VEX Robotics next year.
Are you in grade 12 and are going to college or university next year but are worried about how to finance it? Apply for the CB Community Bursary for students with financial need. Watch out for a grade 12 email notice with a link to the application.
Speaking of university, Cougar Vision recently had the chance to interview the president of the Carleton U Student Association.
Let's go check out what future Ravens can expect.
So for those of you that haven't heard of CUSA before, CUSA stands for the Carleton University Student Association, and we represent all undergraduate students at Carleton. We do everything from governance in terms of sitting on the university senate that makes all the academic decisions for students, all the way till student life and student engagement on the side of club and societies, and planning big events such as contributing to fall orientation, which some of you might have chosen Carleton next year. We'll be participating in, so you'll see myself and my team's faces. So the way CUSA is structured is that there's a six-person executive. So there's myself, and then there's 5 vice presidents. There's a vice president finance, internal, student issues, community engagement, and student life. I think I got them all. Sometimes I gotta count them as they're going. And we all manage the different portions of your student life here at Carleton. For example, the biggest thing that our VP Internal, Ahmed, does is he manages our clubs and societies, which is a huge task because at Carleton, we have over 250 clubs and societies. There's literally something for everyone. Any hobby you have, I guarantee you there's a club on campus to do so. And if you don't see what you want to do as a hobby, as a club, you can easily create one. You got to get yourself or 5 to 10 members, put together a little constitution, your first budget, and then you can apply for funding and get started. So it's really easy to make yourself a community or find your community here at Carleton. So that's something we're really proud of here. So the biggest thing you're going to see from us is you'll see that we help coordinate events during your fall orientation, and we're going to help try and make your first semester, and then hopefully when we're all back on campus in the winter, as amazing as it can be. We are planning for big things, especially for the winter semester. Our VP Student Life, Daisy, is so excited to introduce so many of our programming initiatives. We're going to have a Frost Week so we can make up for the online fall orientation and really introduce our first years and really last year's first years onto campus, because we have a really unique year where there's 2 years of Ravens we have to introduce to varsity athletics, what campus looks like, Panda Game. Hopefully Panda Game happens this year. Capital Hoops that happens in Canada every year. It's exciting stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you all can get involved. And speaking of getting involved, the best way to get involved in first year is joining club and societies. There's always clubs looking for new executives, and if you weren't involved with student government like me in high school, this is a great way to get started. Is starting with club and societies executives, and then every January we have our council elections, and basically our council is who the executives answer to. So you can run as a student councilor. You can represent any of the faculties at Carleton. There's seats proportionally based on how many on student populations. So our largest faculty is the Faculty of Public Affairs. So there's 7 counselors. The next biggest is the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences. So there's 6 there, and so on from there. That's a great way to start getting involved and kind of know how CUSA operates. Also, ironically, I'm wearing, that's the other side. I'm wearing a CASG shirt. CASG is our academic student government on campus. That's another great way to get involved, and you can actually run for a seat on their council in September. Usually their elections are late September, early October, and you can represent your program there. So if you are looking to get involved in any student governance, that's a good way to start. If you're going to be living on residence, the Rideau River Residents Association, which is basically a light version of CUSA for the resident students, there's a council there as well. You can represent your building. Those elections happen in September as well. So there's so many different ways to get involved at Carleton. You just got to keep your eyes open because there's always a different way to get in. So with that being said, good luck on your if your finals are coming up this week, or have a great graduation, a great prom, whatever that looks like this year. And I'm telling you, we cannot wait to welcome some of you to Carleton next year. It's going to be a lot of fun. So take care, future Ravens.
Are you interested in learning more about interesting summer opportunities? Check out the volunteer and job opportunities link on the CB Guidance webpage.
One of the opportunities listed on the link is for One Prosper International, a Canadian nonprofit organization focused on girls' education in India.
This is a 10-week-long program with meetings every Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Please note that this volunteer opportunity is limited to girls from grade 7 to 12.
We were able to get a little sneak peek of the grad virtual yearbook for this year.
Let's go take a look!
I can't wait to see the final product.
Are you interested in becoming an English learning buddy? Visit the volunteer and job opportunities link on the CB Guidance webpage to learn more about how you can help.
Interested in being a junior executive with CB's Black Excellent Club? Fill out the Google form that can be found on the CB homepage under News and contact Joy Sawyer, David O'Sullivan, or Dora Desire if you have any questions. Applications are due by June 16th.
Attention all gamers! The OCDSB will be piloting an esports league involving 8 high schools from across Ottawa. The chosen game is, drumroll please, Rocket League. If any students are interested in competing in this league,
please contact Mr. Hudson at benjamin.hudson@ocdsb.ca. The deadline to register is today at noon.
And now for this week's edition of
Weigh In Wednesday. When asked, the majority of you said that you were looking forward to having no homework during the summer break. Me too, guys.
82.8% of students said that the government made the right choice by keeping schools closed until the fall.
And finally, when asked about what country would win Eurovision this year, the majority of you said Italy and England.
A reminder that this June is Indigenous History Month.
Please remain respectful during the viewing of this segment.
Kwekwe, Udlakut, Tansi, Bonjour, and hello. June is National Indigenous History Month, a time for all Canadians to recognize and celebrate Indigenous history, peoples, and cultures. This month, we encourage everyone to learn more about the many outstanding contributions Indigenous peoples have made and continue to make in this country. We hope all Canadians will expand their knowledge and gain a greater appreciation and understanding of Indigenous peoples, their history, and their culture.
This month is a time to honor the distinct heritage, languages, cultural practices, and spiritual beliefs of First Nations, Inuit, and the Métis Nation. All Canadians need to better understand the damaging intergenerational impacts of colonization. As a government, we are taking steps to eliminate systemic racism, achieve equity, and advance reconciliation, and celebrate Indigenous knowledge and culture. This month, we encourage you to read or reread the TRC calls to action, the calls for justice of the National Inquiry, or to read a book by a First Nations, Inuit, or Métis author to expand your horizons and understand Canada better.
The courage and strength demonstrated by Indigenous peoples and communities throughout the COVID-19 pandemic do not go unnoticed. We must keep in mind that generations of hard work and remarkable leadership of Indigenous peoples to overcome and persevere through countless challenges. Today, we recognize the immeasurable contributions made by First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. Learning doesn't end after today, it's a continuous process and journey, and I encourage all Canadians to do their part today and every day. Miigwech, Kianamik, Marcy, thank you, merci.
On top of the resources that the video mentioned, you can also visit the OCDSB website to find out how you can celebrate and honor Indigenous History Month this June. There are links that you can explore to learn more about Indigenous heritage and culture. They include podcasts, videos, and articles. There's also the Indigenous Education page full of resources where you can learn how to get involved and support if you need it. Please do your part in supporting reconciliation and take the time to celebrate and reflect upon the history, contributions, culture, and strength of First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people, and to learn about, celebrate, and honor Indigenous knowledge, role models, and ways of knowing.
Well, that's all from us today, CB.
To cohort A and B at home, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and
Have a wavy Wednesday.